So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Grand Gettysburg 2021, the supposedly biggest civilian live Kriegsspiel session ever played online. There has been actually a live session at a convention in Germany with about 60 players, I believe. But this might be, at least it's the biggest we know of. If we are wrong, please feel free to correct us. But this might be the biggest civilian online live Kriegsspiel session ever. We are coming close to 3 p.m., which will be 6 a.m. game time, and actually also for some of the players and the umpires, 6 a.m. So they are putting a lot of effort into this, getting up this early, preparing all that stuff. There has been a huge workload for the umpires to prepare this whole scenario, to get everyone in. We have been training for this as the Army of the Potomac. We have been training for months now. Every other weekend we had army drills and have had discussions about strategy and tactics, how to use the brigades, which formations, which brigade formations to use, in which situations, and all that good stuff. And we will be getting right into the battle in a second. Every minute now we'll have incoming the first report from umpires, and we'll be marching. We will be marching. So these two corps, as I said, we don't know where they will be come in. Somewhere over here. This one is actually missing pieces. I don't know why this is the case. But we can copy paste them if needed. Which that 3rd Corps 2nd Division is missing in my module. Where is the text channel? Let's take another look. That's all concerning the message thing we'll be using. A Google form today. We had an actual bot in development so that we could like write messages by typing bot orders into Discord directly, but this is not ready for today. It will be for next games though, and it's pretty awesome. For today we'll use a Google form sheet and write our dispatches in there. Then those will come up at the end of a message umpire who does nothing but managing all those messages, calculating how long it will take to deliver those, and then the bot will post them into the according channels of the recipients. Yeah. I'm pretty much looking forward. This is my position here on Emmetsburg Road, coming in with 1st Division Cavalry Corps, who will probably turn to the left. Right here it's Snyder's Farm to get in direction of Hagerstown Road and check if there are enemy troops coming in along this road, or even marching south, which would put the 5th Corps, which is due to take an ambush position behind these two ridge lines, into a very interesting situation. They would have to deploy along the Willoughby Run here, and of course then their flank will be wide open. So we'll see what to do then. What's going on in the chat there? So, Chief of Staff should join me any second. Yeah. Let me get the music back on. I was just turning that down because Don's microphone input is a bit low. Can you hear it? Good enough? Just like we have something in the background? Because I won't be talking for 8 hours straight. No way. Or even more. I mean, the stream started 1 hour early, so at least 9 hours straight. That's not possible for me. Awesome, you can hear it. Great. Music is okay, music is alright. As I said, this is from the California Consolidated Drum Band, something like that. You can see probably on the bottom of the screen here.
Hello, Jan.
Hello, hello.
Here's your screenshot for my files are too powerful. I'm going to work on getting you a different screenshot, since apparently that one was too big.
Maybe just use the Windows Shift S key for the...
What I am doing.
Ah, okay. That's weird.
But it complained that it was over 8 megs. So there you go. Let me get you the current time. Is 06. Okay. So you're marching down the road, 0600, and that's really a positions of snow, and you're at the head of your column, heading onward.
Okay.
I've got quite a few of you guys to report to, so I'm going to be moving pretty fast.
Yeah, do that. Thank you.
Okay, 5th Corps. I'm actually unable to get into their voice channel, so that will be fun.
Which ones do you need access to?
5th Corps, Union.
5th Corps...
I can see a voice channel, there's 3 of them in it, but I can't join it. I'll bring it up with Marshall. Unless you can have magic powers on it.
So you're Master Umpire, right?
Yep.
Should be working now.
No, I can see that the voice channel is there. I can see that there's 3 people in it, but I can't select it. I click on that line, I can click on the people and get their profiles, but I can't get into it.
Let's see. Edit, and Master Umpire has access. Lead Umpire as well.
Well, let me take a look at something, because this may explain a lot. If I look over on the right-hand side of my screen, I am listed under Master Umpire. Well, it doesn't explain much.
So you should actually have access there. Not sure what's going wrong there.
Yeah. I'm getting pictures out. And at this absolute instant, it doesn't much matter, but it's going to matter more as we go on. You've got 2 voice channels for Army of the Potomac. I'm in the first one.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's probably because my chief of staff will join me any minute, and...
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you something terrible. Give me a clue as to where the M. Fry farm is.
The M. Fry farm is on Taneytown Road, right beside the road to the schoolhouse. What's that? Do you see the Patterson farm? Then Swisher, then Fry farm. Or actually there are 2 Patterson farms between both Pattersons.
The W. Patterson, I see M. Fry, yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you're moving off to the east from your current line of march. Got
exactly.
it. Okay. I'm going to check in on the others to the extent I'm able.
So just one quick question. The marching order of, what's that, 6th and 2nd Corps hasn't changed, right? Because Marshall was thinking about allowing everybody to march.
Second is coming on the map right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Because of reasons.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
Yep.
Thanks. The Kriegsspiel bot is doing putting pressure on us. Doing the 5-minute countdown.
It's putting pressure on me. I'm trying to find the freaking orders that people have. Alright, oh, you guys are going to Pennsylvania. What's more, some of these... this is partly Discord just doing things to me. Things with red messages are sometimes disappearing, and I know there's a setting about that. But now is not the moment to solve it at some levels.
Mm-hmm.
And despite the fact that I thought I knew this geography pretty well, you guys are referring to things like, where the hell is that?
Yeah, well, we have trained for this quite a bit, so...
Yes, you have. Oh, that's because I'm in the wrong quarter. That's why this is looking confusing. Duh.
Stromschlag, hello, welcome. First time seeing a Kriegsspiel game. It'll be awesome. It'll take some time, as I said.
Alright, I'm gonna head back to the Empire channel.
See you.
Yep, good luck. Thank you for trying to help with some of the confusion.
Yeah, thank you. We'll be running for 8 hours, so that was one of the master umpires who was with me right now, running the game. And we'll probably have time to talk about Kriegsspiel a bit today, in these 8 hours. But I just real quick need to close the door of my room here. Give me a second. We really have bad weather here. It's raining for weeks almost. Not the best summer I've had so far. Okay. Everyone is excited. Everyone should be. We will probably get in about, let me calculate that, 3 turns. We will know what's happening around. Or no, the message has to arrive, but let's say 5 or 6 turns we'll know what's going on. And time is up. Turn 1, player turn finished. Which means, so we are playing this in real time, so to say. 20-minute turns, game time equal 20-minute real life time. And these 20 minutes are split into 10 minutes player turn, 10 minutes umpire turn. In the player turn, umpires like James was joining me will come and report to the players. They will send you, the players, a screenshot of the approximate area where they are situated. So my screenshot was like so. That's what I could see from this current position. And if we can hear something or whatever, they will let us know. And also messages will come in during this 10-minute player turn. Then we'll have, in these 10 minutes, we'll have time to write our orders and dispatches if we want. And once these 10 minutes end, you can't give any more orders. And the umpires will resolve all orders simultaneously, so to say, on the umpire table where all the game pieces are present. They will resolve combat and whatnot, which we will of course not see in the first rounds. And players can use the time of the umpire turn to write additional dispatches if they'd like to. And then the next turn will be triggered after 20-minute total. So next turn will then be 06:20 game time. And we are using a system here for this game, Kriegsspiel system, which is somewhat inspired by the Kriegsspiel of Reiswitz 1824 and the later one which I believe was 1862 or what, but is more streamlined, easier to play, quicker to resolve. And we have these quality-based brigades. We see here a Cavalry Division, which has 3 brigades and an artillery brigade. And each brigade consists of 3 pieces, same for the infantry, although the infantry pieces are bigger. As you can see here, this is a unit of a infantry brigade. And they are ranked by quality. This is a regular quality, then we'll have these 2-star tan colored or lightly orange colored. This is veteran, and the red units with 3 stars are elite units, and they throw different dice, have different probabilities to hit the enemy or disrupt the enemy. And this quality actually drops by being hit, by getting disrupted. We have these disruption markers here, which go down, as you can see. Like a elite disrupted unit would have the quality of veterans, and that way it drops through the qualities. Once it goes under regular, this is the white one, no star left. This is like green quality, like recruits. Next one will be breaking. The unit will fall back to the divisional supply train. We don't have any for the cavalry present right now, but the divisions have normally supply trains, and they will automatically fall back. You don't have control over those guys. Then there is the routed, which means the unit will be just running wherever it fancies, and you cannot rally it at least not automatically at the supply train. The only thing you could do to stop it from routing is move your own command piece over and try to rally the man, but that will of course put you out of command, so that's something to really think about if it's worth. And then we have, but I'm not sure if that will be used today, the surrendered would be the next one. A routing unit that is charged by an enemy will be surrendering, but as I said, I'm not sure. That's something we use for the Napoleonic version of this system. I'm not sure if it applies to today's battle as well. Would be cool though, would be cool. And thanks for the follow, Stromschlag. You are very welcome. Oh, it's raining buckets at my place. It's raining buckets, boys. Clasper, nice to have you today. I'm just checking through the Discord if there's anything, because I'm a moderator or something like that on the community server, so if anybody has any issues, I could just quickly give them access to channels or whatnot, as I try to provide James. But he has now been made an admin, so he should have access to every channel on the whole planet. At least on the International Kriegsspiel Society Discord server. So let me see if there is on Twitter probably the IKS stream and the stream of Dave Pumphouse. I could just quickly retweet them to spread the word. Question is, how do I find them quickly? Come on. Dave Pumphouse. I'm not even sure if he has Twitter. Dave Pumphouse. So if you want to check out their perspectives of the game, go over on YouTube, Dave Pumphouse, or on the International Kriegsspiel Society YouTube channel. You can see the view of the umpires, so the umpire table, and really awesome announcement and commentary by Roland and Bailey, who will lead you through the game today. If you want to see more than just my limited view of the overall situation, which will, to large parts, really be based on assumptions and reports, of course, but they won't tell me my elite brigade is positioned at, and the other brigade is in this and that formation behind and whatnot. They just say, okay, I'm positioned at Wycott Farm and that's it. And I'll put the pieces somehow there to get an idea of the overall picture, as a commanding general, or at least his staff, would probably do at a centralized headquarter position, which I'll be using today. I believe it's not worth, or it does not make a lot of sense to be leading from the front in such a huge scenario with so many corps and troops. Because if you are running around, the couriers will have a hard time finding you, catching you, and delivering you the dispatches. You really need to judge the situation and to send out dispatches with orders to corps to act accordingly. As soon as I arrive at the Fry Farm, I will then send someone else to scout this fort here, the fort at the McAllister Mill. Actually, as we're talking about the McAllister Mill, the McAllister line, so to say, reaching from McAllister's Hill over Powers Hill to Patterson Farm, and then like over the George Wycott Farm down here, or maybe even to the Round Tops. This will be our defensive line if we cannot take Cemetery Hill and Carps Hill, if the enemy is already there, or if Don, who is in charge of the 2nd Cavalry Division, does not manage to push them back. That's really the first thing we are awaiting here, information about the situation at Cemetery Hill. But as I said, it will take some turns. The cavalry on roads move 6 squares. You can see these squares on here. Infantry on road moves 4. So next turn the cavalry will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the Patterson Farm and the Schreier Farm. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He will start deploying on Cemetery Hill, if he actually started at this position. And messages are coming in. All the pieces as it should be. This is from Carter McNish, commander of 5th Corps, behind us here on the Emmitsburg Road. They are coming in here. In this area, all appears as it should be. I'm moving as previously directed toward Willoughby Run over here in this covered position. And Robert Mastret, who is in command of 1st Cavalry, we could actually have been in the same voice channel, so he could have talked to me because we were almost in the same position. What does he say? The bulk of my division is heading to the hill between the schoolhouse and the Black Horse Tavern on the Hagerstown Road. Okay, Schoolhouse and Black House Tavern. Black House Tavern is over here. Schoolhouse is here. Okay, let's just grab the pen, adjust it, and he will be moving in here. This is 1st Cavalry. Okay, good to know. To get an idea of our surroundings, my 2nd Brigade is moving to the woods between Spangler and Pitzer houses to dissuade any curious rebel probes. Spangler and Pitzer. Pitzer is here, Spangler is here. Okay, he's sending 1 brigade. That's a really good move. 1 of 1C, let's say, will be around there scouting. That's a pretty cool move. Nothing I really have to track, but it's just good to know, and it will provide you with more information on the actual situation. Will you add enemy pieces when you engage them? Yeah, probably. I have some custom pieces here. They are not really referring to quality or anything, but I could use them, of course. Otherwise, I just change the color to red and sort of paint in where I assume the enemy to be. I believe I don't have to send out any dispatches right now. The situation down here with the 6th and 2nd Corps, I'm not sure where 2nd Corps is entering right now. This will be interesting. I hope they are on Tiny Town Road, or at least off-road besides the road. They were scheduled to move in behind 6th Corps on the same road, but that would take quite a few turns to get them at least entering the map, because these brigades, as you can see, each division, infantry division, has 3 brigades, and each brigade has 3 units, and if you put 3 units of a brigade in marching column, it's like this. So 9 times this length is about plus the trains, the supply trains. The marching column of a corps is huge, and the marshal, who is like the main head behind the whole project here, wants to bring players in more quickly and early on, so that they'll not be sitting around for hours now waiting to enter the map, but be on there right away. Okay, 2nd Corps seems to be facing their actual situation right now. They are a bit confused, I can see. But of course I'm not allowed to drop in and talk with them right now, as I'm not at their position. Put this bottle somewhere else where I won't drop it though. Maybe over here. So that I have a clean sight onto my second screen with all the messages going on. Yeah. That's the situation. We don't know which roads these 2 corps come in. I assume it's gonna be the York Pike. And maybe even the Hunterstown Road. Not sure about Hanover Road though. But it doesn't make any sense to send a courier now, because we are not aware if this fort is passable, or this fort is passable, or this fort is passable. We have to scout for them. This one could actually... these 2, we need to scout these 2, I'd say. If I send out a courier now, it will move along the Emmitsburg Road and then probably through Gettysburg, and I don't want to risk them running into enemy cavalry there. Like informing the enemy about our plans right away, that's nothing you want to have. Okay, seems an umpire has joined 2nd Corps to explain the situation. That will be also interesting news to know about where they entered the map. Maybe even down here. And then facing this fort, and maybe it's not fordable at all. No. It would be a tough road to take. Over here there is no road, there are these hills. I like the music though. And once again, if you have any questions regarding Kriegsspiel in general or the system we're using, just drop them in the chat. I'll be happy to answer at least what I know, what I can answer. And if you have any questions about the society or anything like that, just let me know. If you're watching this later on YouTube, make sure to check out kriegspiel.org. There you'll find the link to the Discord server of the International Kriegsspiel Society, and you're always welcome to join any open Saturday game, as long as we don't have events like this, like Grand Gettysburg today. Each Saturday we have open game sessions where everybody can just drop in and play, no matter how experienced you are. Because in my opinion, it's actually, the more you know about the rules, the more it takes away from the experience. Because remember, it's about a perspective-based kind of game, where you are in command of a division in this case, or a corps, or an army, as I am, and you don't really have control over the units in your brigades. You just tell the brigade, okay, deploy in double line or whatever at this and that from a position. And then they might do it, they may not, because it's assumed that the brigade has, of course, a brigade commander, and then the units, which are somewhat regiments, at least regarding the infantry, but not really, of course, because not each brigade consisted of 3 regiments. And also nominal strengths and actual strengths and all that is abstracted here. They may not obey your orders, they may change them based on the terrain, or if they encounter the enemy or something, they won't march in march column into the enemy, they will deploy. All that kind of stuff. And approaching the Kriegsspiel in a gamey way, like trying to min-max which kind of dice your units roll and those kind of things. It's just, yeah, it takes away from the actual Kriegsspiel experience, which is about understanding the situation, understanding the terrain, understanding the challenge, developing plans to overcome the challenges, and communication, really. I mean, like Napoleon said, 90% of warfare lies in the communications. Communication is crucial, and it's also crucial to know which kind of information you want to or need to deliver.
Jan,
yeah, Don, what's going on?
Have we started?
We have indeed. We have indeed.
Okay. So, because I sent the first set of orders, and I'm still waiting for a reply. I just wanted to make sure that we were underway. All right, I'll go back to my channel and wait.
Okay, didn't you get a report from an umpire, like a screenshot or anything?
No.
Huh. Maybe you can ping Marshall in your text channel to let him know.
Okay. All right.
Good luck with that. Okay, that was my cavalry commander here, which, that's a pretty crucial role. If they missed to move him, that would be a pain, actually. Because, as I said, it's gonna be a racing game for Cemetery Hill in the beginning. We discussed that early on, we don't want them to really rush, like go in a gallop, or even, what is it, trot and then gallop, right? So if they go in trot, they have a chance of getting disrupted, like getting wary and stuff. And if they go in the gallop, they will for sure get disrupted. So that's nothing we want to happen, because we suppose they will encounter the enemy, and if they arrive disrupted, yeah, the enemy will probably have an easy time pushing them off Cemetery Hill. We don't want that to happen. Okay, and I see umpires with Don right now, I believe. Awesome. Yeah, it's really much to do and to coordinate and take into account for the umpires. We would have loved to have a few more assisting umpires, but I understand that 8 hours is quite a commitment, and it might in some points be even more stressful for the umpires because yeah, everything relies on them, the whole game. I can see that you might maybe not be interested in committing to such an endeavor. The normal games, the common open Saturday games run for about 4 to max 6 hours, I'd say. So that's something you can handle on a Saturday evening, late afternoon evening. But 8 or more hours, that's something, and quite so. Okay, I believe the next turn should be in the next turn already, right? I think we're about like 20 minutes late, but next turn should trigger any second. Okay, we have one. That's a pain. One of the master umpires is missing. Okay, that's why we are a bit behind schedule right now. I see. That's not so good. But that's how it is, and I'm sure Marshall and the gang will deal with it. Double quick and the couriers, yeah. Won't need the couriers though. Or I'm actually not sure if they'll use the courier markers because the bot will edit that. Has any of you checked out the umpire stream or the commentator stream on the IKS YouTube channel? Would be interesting to hear if Roland and Bailey are running through things there. I mean, they will probably join us sooner than later, but I'm of course not asking you for any intel. Please don't tell me anything about the rebel army if you have seen anything on there. It's a sort of April weather. Raining buckets for half an hour, then a little bit of sunshine, then raining buckets again. So how was your day, everybody? Did you enjoy your weekend so far? And by the way, I'm also very confident that things will go a lot smoother once we're in a few turns. And umpires are used to running everything they need to run. And the next turn is triggered, finally! Alright. And the turn bot is doing its rounds, playing sound, at least for the umpires. Like, round started! Rally round the flag. There are actually two versions of Rally Round the Flag in the Civil War, one northern and one southern version. Alright, waiting for an update from James now. Okay, player time. I can copy my orders. They remain the same, but for umpire's convenience, I copy paste them as long as they don't change, so that if they are checking through the channels, they can see that. James.
I still do not have voice comms working with anybody else, but I'm working on getting your screenshots. You're the one player I'm allowed to talk to today, apparently, according to the computer. Whoops, that's the wrong screenshot for you. This is the right screenshot for you. Upshot is, I believe you wanted to go to the Trossel farm, yes?
Where is that?
If that's not where you thought you were
there. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure, why not?
So it's close enough to what you ordered? If I got it wrong, then you should tell me.
That's cool. From there, next turn I'll be.
Oh, you wanted to go to the Fry farm?
Yes, yes.
And we carefully found it at one point. M Fry. Yeah, okay. You're en route. Good.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So there's your 0620 screenshot, and other than that, all is quiet. Birds are singing. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
Happy, happy.
Orders remain the same, obviously.
All right.
So then, I'm now at the Trossel farm. Shouting my hello to everybody. So now let's move the divisions 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, as I said, about there at the Patterson farm. And he said he sends one brigade over there, and the rest is moving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll be somewhere here, and these guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down Emmetsburg Road probably, and then marching over there. That means the infantry is now in 4 squares. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So head of the column should be there. Something like that. Yeah, and then I still don't know about second corps, but well. 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are on the Wycott farm. There are a few Wycotts around Gettysburg. Quite a few. Let's get them on the map. Yeah, and I won't send dispatches to find out what's going on with them, because I'm sure they'll send some as soon as possible. Yeah, those guys might be somewhere, and we have the army train coming up behind this core now, I assume. And well, these cores, they will be somewhere around here now, this area, or wherever they enter the map. Next turn I reach the Fry Farm, then I order a scout to check out the fort at Alistair's, or the McAllister mill here. That's interesting. If you read about the actual Battle of Gettysburg, the Rock Creek is passable. It's quite shallow, but starting around Culp's Hill they have like little dams installed to, yeah, you can see them here at McAllister's mill, to get the water running for the mills. And these areas are of course a bit deeper, although the Confederates attacked from Banners Hill through the Rock Creek and attacked Culp's Hill. And the real problem wasn't the creek, although slowing them down, of course. The issue were the woods here and the steep slopes, of course. But in our scenario, the creek is full of water due to thunderstorms the days before, and we'll have to check if the forts are fordable or not. That's why. And the timer is running low. And I still don't know why James doesn't have access. He's Gettysburg umpire. Just helping out the commentator here real quick to gain access to some of the channels. Alright, that is sorted. Awesome. And the bot is telling me only 2 minutes remaining. Give your orders, man. But of course, I have given them. Just wondering where my chief of staff is. We wanted to eat something real quick, but doesn't matter as we are running a bit late on turns, and as I said, in the first turns there won't be much happening. So I moved everybody. Yes, okay, we are entering now the umpire turn. Alright, alright. Everybody is grooving in right now. That's totally fine with a project, a game so big like this one. Turn 2 finished. Okay, nice, nice, nice. I think when we reach the 0700 game time, I take a quick break for about 5 minutes or so. And then we run through orders and stuff. Hopefully my chief of staff will be there then. Already, so we have someone in the channel to talk to. You would also just join my tabletop simulator session so that we can work on that together. So I assume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, about 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll definitely reach the 5 round next turn. The 0640 turn. And then I send out scouts. Maybe even to there, but the terrain is somewhat... Nah. These two are the impotents. Snags of madness. Messages. 6th Corps. General, I'm moving my troops as rapidly as possible to Cemetery Hill and Carp's Hill as per your orders. Scouts tell me that they see a cloud of dust indicating a large body of troops on the Baltimore Pike. Okay, that's probably where this corps is then. Let me get that sorted. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are about here then. With the Irish Brigade. Until contact is made, we cannot assume they are friendly troops. Regardless of their identity, they will likely reach Cemetery Hill before I do. If it's one corps and they occupy the heights, do I just form up on their right on Carp's Hill? If it is an enemy column, I believe the best course of action would be attack McAllister's Hill. It would put us back in a blocking position. But until their identity is proven, I will continue to follow my orders. Alright. Then we have moving north on Tiny Town Road. That's done. The cavalry, 1st Brigade has passed Cemetery Ridge and should make Cemetery Hill within the next 10 to 20 minutes. We'll report back if any Confederate activity. We'll send one unit of 3rd Brigade to recon Carp's Hill. That's good. So they'll be there next turn probably. Okay, good news. So I assume that that's just the core. Would have been better regarding our plans if if 6 core was coming in there, but well, that's just what the umpires put in our way. That are the challenges of today. Hello and welcome. Are you allowed to talk? I can't hear you. Maybe you're not. Let me check.
Test, test. Jan can hear me.
Ah, I can hear you. Awesome. Alright, to join the TTS session, you can simply use the Steam friend list.
So I had actually the wrong output device set.
Oh, okay.
First of all, hi.
Hello. Yeah, we are a little bit behind schedule, but that's to be expected.
I assume everybody was waiting for the chief of staff. That's why we're behind schedule.
Of course, of course.
Okay, I hope you don't mind giving me a quick update on how to join the tabletop simulator, since
Yeah,
I
sure.
do see only one game listed as international, well, IKS Gettysburg game, and I'm not quite sure if that's yours. I assume it's not, because it includes 13 players.
No, that should be the umpire table, actually. But if you... Did you send me a friend invite with the number I sent you? That would be the easiest way.
I don't think you sent me a number, to be honest. You just said you're sending me a friend code, but then you didn't send any number with it.
Okay. Wait a second then. Friends. Come on. Copy that. There you go.
Okay, that looks much better. Okay, invite is out.
Yep. Should be accepted. Now you should simply be able by clicking on the arrow to join my lobby.
That is an arrow in Steam or Discord or Tabletop
Steam
Simulator?
on the friend list. If you hover over my name, right beside there should appear a little arrow pointing down. If you click on that,
Yeah, got it.
there you are. Awesome. Get back to the text channel. There we are. Okay. I should probably write a dispatch to 6 core.
It's telling me as a spectator I can't interact with the map. Maybe it makes sense if you're able to give me another status.
Of course, I can do that. Change your color to green. And I will also promote you so that you can copy and delete tiles. And
Oh, that was really quick for promotion. Thank you. First coming late and then being promoted within 5 minutes. That's not bad at all.
Well, that's how I got command of the Army of the Potomac. Just like, ooh, Hooker did screw up. Well, you're in command now.
So how much in-game time has passed so far?
We are currently in 0640, I believe. So that's the third turn now. I haven't moved the pieces, so. We are currently at the Throstle farm here. And we'll be moving over to the Fry farm next turn, well, this turn actually.
The 1C and 1/1C is referring to what?
That's referring to 1st Cavalry Division, which did report that they are moving with the bulk of the forces over to the 1C area, the Hagerstown Road between the, what's that, Black Horse Tavern and the schoolhouse, and sending one of their brigades to this general area between the Pitzer and Spangler's farm to see if any enemy activity is in this area around Seminary Ridge.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm assuming the 6th Corps sent me a dispatch that they see clouds of dust from the Baltimore Pike. I'm assuming that this is actually the 2nd Corps, which was in the order of march coming up behind 6th Corps on the Taneytown Road. But yeah, Marshall wanted to bring everybody in at the start of the game, so...
Okay.
That should be them. We have, of course, not yet heard anything from 1st and 3rd Corps. But that's also because we will have to send out scouts to scout for the forts first, if they are passable at all. Don't want to send a courier through Gettysburg at the start of the game.
That makes sense. So there's no need for decision making at the moment. It's just the initial plan doing its thing for now. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I just got the reports that the cavalry is making good progress here on Taneytown Road. They reach probably Cemetery Hill next turn or this turn. Let's count that down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So cavalry moves 6 squares on the road. So they be somewhere around here, and they wanted to send one of their brigade to secure Cobb's Hill. And infantry moves 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So probably at the bridge now. Irish brigade coming up. Assuming that the terrain does not slow them down, they should be around there. Something like that.
Which text channel are we using to receive reports? Since I'm not quite sure. Should we have an AOTP text channel?
Yeah, it's right above the voice channel we are in. It's AOPHQ. Can you see that one?
Oh yeah, sure, okay.
That's where we write our orders and where we receive the dispatches, and for sending the dispatches out we are using the Google form.
Right, the Google Doc is showing my full private email address, but I'm assuming they won't see the email address in the end, right?
No. So, just lining these guys up. Plus all the army train. Or it's the core train actually. Yeah, we should probably send a dispatch to 6th Corps and tell them that most likely the troops over there are a 2nd Corps. She would do that.
Yeah, sounds like good practice. Let me see. So 6th Corps is receiving, right?
Yes. The question though is, should we change the plan then? Let's see, how quick will they be there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 turn, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 turns, and these guys 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't make a lot of. We could now shift 6 over in this area again, but I switched. I switched them by purpose because. These divisions are not as experienced as those of 2nd Corps. That's why I want 2nd Corps to be in this crucial position. But if we stick to this, there might be a big traffic jam.
Why would there be a traffic jam?
Because 6th Corps is ordered to occupy Cemetery on Carps Hill, and the 2nd Corps, which were to come up behind them, was ordered to cover their left flank.
Oh, so they're basically intersecting.
Yeah.
To a certain degree, okay.
So maybe we should change the roles in the plan then. I leave that up to you.
That's how you get rid of responsibility, huh? The location in the Google document is referring to our location or the location of the receiving player.
Let me take a look. I think so. Yeah, should be our location. Okay. So then I send out one to the cavalry, so that though they know what's going on. Dispatch to Zudon. Fry farm.
Wouldn't it make more sense if the location in the Google Doc is referring to the target? Or am I misunderstanding something? Since that's where the dispatch rider needs to go, right?
Yeah, normally, but from what I'm reading here in dispatches we received.
Okay, that could make sense. So once you receive the message, you know where the sender is.
Yeah. I'd actually prefer if they had both locations in there, but... Yeah. Baltimore Pike.
So how do they know who's sending the dispatch? There's no information in the form where I say who I am. Oh well, it might be included in the message, right, at the bottom.
Yeah, in the dispatch form you can just like select me and then write your own name in the message.
Hmm.
It's just because like you are always where I am, where my token is on the map. Okay, message to the cavalry is out. Did you send one to 2nd Corps already or only to 6th Corps?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
I'm working on the 6th Corps dispatch.
Alright, I
It
sent
takes a while for the first time.
Yeah, no worries. I sent one to 2nd Corps then.
But if you want to hear my opinion on the traffic jam issue, I think, from my point of view, we should stick to what we have right now. We're basically just introducing friction for something that I'm not quite sure is worth the possible chaos, but that's up to you, I would say. That's just my recommendation.
So that would mean that 2nd Corps would have to wait, like at our position, until the 6th Corps passed through? Is that what you're saying?
Second Corps is deploying left of Kalb's Hill, right? And 6th Corps is deploying along Kalb's Hill, correct?
6th Corps is to deploy on Cemetery and Kalb's Hill. Let me mark this.
Okay, I see it. And who would be waiting on whom? I mean, 6th Corps has definitely priority, right? The entire Kalb's Hill Cemetery Ridge is key terrain, correct?
Yeah.
So they should be as fast as they can.
Would be around there. So in order to reach this, they would probably have to wait like here until the whole column of 6th Corps passed through to get to Cemetery.
Yeah, then that's what I would do.
Okay. We can do that.
Do we have any intel already on the Confederates?
Nothing at all. The only issue we'll have is if the enemy is already on Cemetery Hill or manages to take it early on. Oh well, then they can just deploy them. No, it's fine. It's okay. Okay, message to second corps is out.
Time is 6:40, you said, right?
Yep.
Okay, my first dispatch of the day is out. Should just getting easier from here on, I hope. So that's, let's say the battle rhythm will be 10 minutes of turn resolution, right? That's us just sitting here waiting for the umpires to come back again.
Yes.
And while they do their thing, we're sitting here and writing dispatches and everything.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. Is there anybody in the chat, by the way, that we know from the DWC or any other community? Because I can't see the stream right now because I have the Google Docs open and the game open. Any familiar face?
Dark Walker is here. But other than that, I believe the other folks are not on the... No, don't think so. But I'll upload the videos. I'm like recording in batches of 1 hour game time, and then later on I'll upload that on YouTube. And yeah, when the next player turn starts, James will drop in and give us an update. And
James is the assigned umpire to us,
exactly,
basically, right?
Yes, yes.
So how many umpires do we have per player?
There should be 1 per player, but I believe we are... One of the master umpires didn't show up. That's because the start was a bit behind schedule. Yeah. And James is actually a master umpire, so in the ideal world there would be just an assistant umpire dealing with us. But that's how things go.
Well, as a commanding general, that would certainly be beneath you, so I guess that's just adequate.
Yeah. So you've been at Gettysburg before, haven't you?
Yes, it's because I wrote my master's thesis in DC, and my mentor back then, he was American. He was working for and he's still working for the Heritage Foundation, which is one of the hardcore far-right foundations advising the Republican Party, and he took me to Gettysburg before. But I remember also that I was beyond sick. I was really, really sick that day, and I just went with him out of, let's say, cordiality. And I wish I would remember a bit more, and I was a bit more active, and I wish I could have asked more, because I had a really, I don't want to go into the details, but I was barely able to speak. And just a few days later, my flight back to Germany was, and I remember that I went to a really weird clinic in the US, like one of these clinics where you think that the US is quite a bit further back behind than you think from television or the movies or anything. And they gave me something like a very extreme painkiller. And once I got back to Germany, the first thing I did after I arrived in Hamburg was to drive to a hospital, and they told me, well, the stuff they gave you is basically what people give cancer patients. So that's why you feel better, and you were able to even take your flight.
Okay.
No, but I remember we did a tour over Cemetery Ridge. That's where we've been. Had a look at the area around that. That's basically the focal point where we've been to.
Yeah.
But I also admit that I'm not dealing that much with American Civil War, so I was lacking a bit of context when seeing the things, which always makes it a bit harder to understand and to follow along what you're looking at.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not much into American Civil War either.
Ta-dum.
Ta-dum. Damon, what's going on?
Hey there. So, I just got a screenshot. Apparently, we're within a block of each other. So, just wanted to pop in.
Your audio is really low. Give me a second. I turn off my music here. So, you reached the Fry Farm.
Yes. So, according to the screenshot, I'm at the Patterson farm, but
Yeah, okay.
I asked Felix if I could just chat with you, since apparently I would have ridden right past you. What I've done is I've given my whole corps orders to march to Cemetery Hill, but I'm trying to ride ahead to catch up to the cavalry, because I want to know as soon as possible whether to keep marching there, whether there's enemy. So, because that way, if as soon as I know, as soon as possible, if I need to divert, then I can do so. But yeah, at the moment it looks like everything is proceeding as normal. Still don't know anything about supposedly First Corps on the Baltimore Pike, which is strange.
I assume it's Second Corps, actually.
Okay.
Just because Marshall wants to have everybody on the board from the start of the game.
Right. I mean...
And James told me that at the start of the game, he told me they are just entering. And I cannot imagine where else they should come on.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think things like that should have been decided a while ago. Like,
yeah, probably.
We know how fast things march, so if that was a problem, that should have already been figured out. I mean, we can't really, like, a corps suddenly just transporting across the map without anybody knowing how or why and any of that. So, yeah, because I don't know if you've gotten the message that I wrote.
Yeah, we sent a few back, but one back.
Okay. Yeah, I was just like I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled some shit where it's like, oh yeah, this is First Corps, and then you run into him. It's like, oh, just kidding. It's actually the British, you know. So.
Okay, I think Felix wants to talk to us.
Yeah, Damien, I just wanted to know if they have any orders, because.
Yeah, my orders are the same, or to try to catch up to the cavalry on Cemetery Hill and scope it out.
Okay.
So I'll go ahead and leave this voice channel.
What?
So there was commanding general 6th Corps and an umpire?
Yes. I received from 5th Corps. 2nd Corps is next to me on Emmetsburg Road. What the... And the cavalry is setting up on Cemetery Hill. We can see Confederate troops approaching Gettysburg from the west. Okay. So let's assume they are somewhat deployed here. However,
that cavalry is part of 6th Corps?
that's part of the Cavalry Corps, which consists of both divisions. But they are operating on their own. It's just like 1st Division Commander would be in command if they were at the same place at the same time. So from the west, yeah, man. So the question is then, is the report from 5th Corps correct about 2nd Corps? Hello.
Good afternoon, Generals. How are you?
Hi.
My name is Brett. This is Roland. We're live streaming the event today, and we would like to talk to you and ask you a few questions if that's okay.
Sure.
Do you have time? So, General Heinemann, Union Commander, how effectively have you issued your orders? Do you think that your troops are, your subordinates are understanding your intent? How is the plan carrying out so far? Is everything going to plan?
No, it's not. I believe the plan is well forged. We've discussed it in advance, and everybody knows what's his role in this battle and in the overall strategy.
Yeah.
What we are currently not really sure about is where 2nd Corps is located. They were to come up behind the 6th Corps on the Taneytown Road. But
whereabouts? On the north side, the east side, the south side?
That's
where?
South side.
South side, yes.
Yeah. That's
so you've had no
like east of the Round Tops.
2nd Corps.
Sorry, what was it?
You've had no couriers, no information. You've been cut off from 2nd Corps.
So far, we have no contact with them. We have been cut off from 1st and 3rd Corps, which are coming in from the northeast. But we haven't heard anything from them. We would have to scout for the forts first to send any couriers over.
Where are you located at the present on the map?
On the Fry Farm.
Fry Farm, whereabouts?
That is... Do you see Powers Hill? That's west from Powers Hill, the Schoolhouse Road there, on Taneytown Road.
Oh, okay, yes. So down in the south end of the map there.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you aware of anything happening elsewhere? Have the Empires updated you?
I've received word from my cavalry already that they were able to occupy Cemetery Hill, which in our plan we figure is the focal point of the whole battle, because Cemetery and somewhat also Corpse Hill are dominating the roads leading to the south. And if the Confederates want to bring their train of siege guns to Washington, they would have to take either the Emmitsburg, the Taneytown, or the Baltimore Pike. There is still the possibility
that's interesting.
that
Why did you make that decision? Did you make it based upon historical precedent, what's happened in the past, or based upon the map and the high ground advantage?
Actually based on the map, because we knew that the Confederates would come onto the map from the north to the west, and that they have this train of siege guns which has to stick to the gray roads, and all those roads pass through Gettysburg. So if you want to prevent the enemy from getting the guns in the direction of Washington, that's the perfect place to set up the defense.
Absolutely. That's an important scenario objective, isn't it? The siege train can't be allowed to get down to the southeast end of the map.
Exactly. Well, we don't know for sure. There is still the option that they might also have a secondary objective, like bringing the siege train to Baltimore via the Hanover Road to the west to open the port to the British. But that's just an assumed possible alternative objective. We don't know for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you, General. Roland, do you have any questions?
No, I think you asked all the important ones. I mean, I'm usually not big enough to admit that, but I think in this circumstance I can just accept the fact that you probably asked the questions better than I did.
I
only in this circumstance. So don't,
it's nice to hear that once in a while.
All right.
Let's go and ask his opposing number now, the Confederate general, and see what he feels.
Yeah, and tell him everything we've just learned.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Good luck, General.
Good luck.
Thanks. See you. Well, I'm a bit concerned about Second Corps now.
The Emmitsburg Road, I'm trying to find it. I think the counters are currently covering the names of the
exactly.
road. That's probably the left of Taneytown, right?
Yeah, where 5th Corps is. Oh, actually, I should not have moved them up in this direction, but over here. Like so. Because they are to set up in this covered position. Oh, and we need to give orders, of course. I will do that. Copy and paste. That's just for the supply train. And then I want to send a scout. Scouts.
Do we have scouts available?
We have. We need to scout these 2 forts. Scout. What's that? McAllister Mill. And this is Lower Carpsville, I believe. Lower Carpsville. Maybe we should... Should we send one of the cavalry brigades south to check out what's going on Baltimore Pike? Just to be sure.
I mean, that's you're referring to the cloud.
Yeah.
The dust.
Yes.
That's been kicked up on the Baltimore Pike, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it could actually also be 1st or 3rd Corps. Instead of coming in from the northeast.
So we can't use our scouts to scout movement, right? Just the forts, or what's the idea behind them?
We can try to send them. I'm not sure about that. What's that? Baltimore Pike.
Another issue I find quite interesting right now is that the Confederates are approaching Gettysburg. I mean, they are a bit behind schedule as well, a bit more than we thought or you anticipated, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So the question might be as well, how do we exploit that? Is there any additional advantage we can get out of it?
So far we only know about Confederate movement from the west. Be it Hagerstown or what's over there, Chambersburg Pike. I also assume another corps will be coming from the north, probably. If we can reach whichever corps is in the northeast, they could do a probing attack along Rock Creek to stall the enemy advance, or slow them down at least, to force them to deploy. But other than that, I don't really... Question is if there are enemies on Hagerstown Road or not. I mean, if that's not the case, 5th Corps could try to sneak up behind these ridge lines and woods. Although that would, of course, put them in a precarious position of at the danger of being cut off.
Okay, and then we have the 2nd Corps issue, right?
Yeah. So if Carter's dispatch was correct, they should be on Emmetsburg Road. Or along Emmetsburg Road, whatever.
And he said that they would resolve it between them, so assuming they resolve it in a proper manner, I don't think there's anything we can do about that right now. If they are correct, then they should just resolve it themselves and carry on.
Yeah.
The question is now, I think, who is marching on the far right, correct?
Exactly. If we need to throw one of Damon's divisions in this direction to secure Powers Hill. Hopefully the scouts will report.
So that's what you ordered them to do, right? To also report on the, which road is it, Baltimore Pike movement?
Yes.
I guess that's the most prudent thing to do right now. I mean, what are the chances that that's actually hostile?
I think pretty low, but...
Are there any other cores unaccounted for? Our cores that it might be?
Yeah, 1 or 3 corps. Those we were out of communications before the battle.
And it could be them as well. But I would be happy with the scout for now. And it's not too far out anyway. We should get an answer rather quick.
Yeah.
And it would be quite a massive game changer if that's actually a threat.
It would be. I'm wondering why we haven't received any dispatch from there. Oh, we should probably send one dispatch to 5th Corps. Letting them know that the Cavalry Division on Cemetery Hill has deployed and spotted enemy movement from the west. And that we are trying to resolve whatever is going on here. Union. To Carter McNish. It is now. Is it still player turn?
No idea.
And which time would that be? Start of player time 0700. So, second cav has occupied Cemetery Hill. Alright, dispatch sent.
There was a dispatch to whom about what?
To Carter, 5th Corps, over here. To inform him that the cavalry has occupied Cemetery Hill.
Okay.
That we have unidentified movement on Baltimore Pike, but that the 6th Corps is proceeding as planned, and I asked him if 2nd Corps, if they are along Emmetsburg Road, if they have started moving north now, or because we haven't received a word from them. Yeah, and Sam, the message umpire, has confirmed that the form asked for our location, not the location of the recipient.